Yes. Yeah.
Fucking chart topper.
Who I love.
Yeah,
Love her. We
yeah.
run her on Radio Real Reverie, by the way.
I'd love her on the show. I'd love to talk to her for an hour.
Yes. Oh my
And
gosh, yes.
I tell you what, if I ever get her on, maybe I'll see if I can get you on also as a co-host that day and do that chat with us.
That
Uh,
would be fabulous.
Talk about somebody who tried to sell her music to the big companies and they shooed her away, and she went and broke her back
Yep.
working and kicked ass, and now everybody's like, "Oh, I love Lindsay Sterling." And this is what I'm
Right.
saying. It
Yeah.
it can happen now because with the internet and everything, the world is
Yep.
changing.
Yep.
And that's all I've got for that. That's why I say maybe. I'm not saying this year. I'm not saying in 5 years. But 10, 15 years from now, it could be a totally different ballgame.
I'm the one thing, and I can say this about internet radio, and I can say this about the music industry in general. It is changing. I agree with you. I'm a, more than a bit. I'm flat out depressed at how slow it's been.
Hmm.
Uh, it's I didn't. I mean, I knew that it was going to be really hard. And I knew that we were going to be fighting a lot of battles. And I'm not just talking internet radio. I'm talking artists
Right.
trying to survive in the music industry. I really thought, okay, we're going to battle, 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 and it's going to be tough, but we're going to win this war. We're going to win this war. I'm worried now. I'm really worried, you know, with regulations that have been put into place, especially against internet radio. I don't want. Oh God, I don't want to. I don't want to lose the war.
The bottom line,
Like
it's hard to fight that much money.
yeah, it is. It's really
Um,
hard,
but the
and it is so slow.
It is. And but the thing is, it's gonna go in fits and starts.
Right,
You're going to
and it
have a moment
has.
where the
It
dam
has.
breaks. Every drop of water adds up till the dam breaks. Um, so yeah, and again, maybe not 5 years, maybe 15, maybe tomorrow though. We don't know when the government has to cover something up they did and they create the wag the dog scenario and suddenly internet radio works.
Right.
I have faith in our
So,
government. That's not even picking on any one individual. That's just a blanket statement.
right, right, right.
So there we go. There's that.
Yeah.
It's and yeah, I think what happened is when I pulled up my art program, it used so many resources, it cut off OBS for a second,
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
which I'm
And yes,
okay.
graphics programs will do that.
They do, and they
They
might
will
do it when
suck
I
the life out of your
shut it down now.
computer.
Okay, so let me see here. Let me go and just create your thing. You were looking at radioreal.org. So
Yes.
let me just add that text right down here. Do you have a favorite font? I think you like the kind of fancy-ish fonts. We're looking at the 1920s, 30s style Art Deco, right?
Um, I love that, but we go pretty clean.
Right.
Pretty clean. Not too fancy, even though I
No.
personally love that.
Well, I totally. You want it to be able to be read, and
Exactly.
if it
It
gets
needs to be
confusing,
readable.
so I understand that. And here's the bottom line: I'm doing it. If you don't like it, do it on your own, which you were going to.
Exactly.
But I'll still. Yeah, I totally get it. With make it because if somebody can't read it, it does no good.
Right.
Which is why I have all these fonts, and I only use 12 of them.
Which is the right thing to do for usability. There you go.
Yeah, yeah.
IT geek coming out again.
I'm
Still in there.
trying to figure out which font it is because I have one that's a bit Art Deco, but it's still it's rounded enough that you don't get confused.
Okay. That
And
works.
I'm trying to figure out which one is that. Um, I had a list at one point in time, but I don't know what I did with it. Maybe it's over here. See here, check this out. We got Andrea does this too. We have cards, just reminders of things we have to do. If you're looking at your screen right now, if you're looking at your Skype screen, you'll see just cards to remind us things during the show or to pass on secret messages. There's that and that. We had a troll pop on last night that just out of the blue, one of our co-hosts, Elizabeth
Oh.
was talking, and she's going on about what she does, which is filmmaking. Matter of fact, which by the way, I think I'm
It
going
was
to
awesome.
do an independent film night and get a half dozen short films from people and just play them on Twitch, and then
That'd be so
have
cool.
the movie maker on right afterwards to discuss it for 15, 20 minutes. Um,
Very cool.
but somebody pops in and they're like, wow, that woman is really ugly. And that's all they said. And I'm like, oh, you're banned. Because, by the way, I have no problem making fun of us. I've said this plenty. We love
Right.
our trolls. We are trolls. But don't be an asshole. Don't do that. Join in, be our kind of troll, have a beautiful time, and yeah, don't be a dick. Okay, so give me, if you had a 3 to 10 word something, for example, White Party Radio, who is also a great supporter of us, for them I put pirate radio done right. So what would Radio Real's little blurb, elevator pitch, motto be?
Well, we have one.
What is it?
It is Real Radio, and REAL, Real Radio,
Mm-hmm.
Your Reality.
YOUR reality, right?
Mhm. Yep.
Not
Real Radio,
apostrophe
Your
RE.
Reality. Nope.
Real Radio, you are reality. What? I am not.
And it comes from having started, in a virtual world that's considered fake or not real.
Mm-hmm.
And believe me, when I chose my name, you choose your avatar names. You picked whatever first name you wanted, and I picked Gabrielle. But then you chose from a list of last names, and there was a big long list. And one of them was Riel, RIEL, which I chose because it's one letter different from my actual last name, which is my actual last name is RIED rather than RIEL.
I'm sure I knew that, but I didn't know that.
Yeah, and so I looked, even an L kind of looks like a D, so I chose Gabrielle Riel. I had no idea when I did that it was going to become this brand.
Yeah.
It was meant to be.
Yeah. Well, it was funny because when I started the station, I started with 3 other people, and we sat there and we brainstormed ideas for the name. They're all actually, one is still with me.
Mm-hmm.
One is still one of my staff members.
Is one of them Victor?
No, but Victor used to be on staff. No, the original ones were Edward, who's still with me.
Yes.
Red and Mitsu. And Mitsu and Red both quote unquote retired years ago, but they are still friends of the station and friends of mine, and they still listen and pop in and say hello. They're still complete. And actually, I did a podcast last year for our 10th anniversary where I got the 4 of us all back together and did a memories kind of a show.
Did you sing it?
No.
Can you
I'm just sitting here
now.
If I had about 3 more beers, I could. But yeah, they when we were trying to figure out what to call it, and keep in mind this was like just meant to be neo-Victorian, and we were like, should it be neo-Victorian radio? Should it be Victorian radio? And we're like, what? And it was Red. It was like it could only be Radio Real. And I was like, oh, we're not going to name this after me. But then all the rest of them were like, no, we're naming it after you. And I said, okay, the one thing that this has going for it is the whole kind of branding, RIEL, play on REAL, for a station that starts in a virtual world but has the intention of going. My intention from the beginning was to go outside of the virtual world, to just be an internet radio station.
Right.
And so that right there, yeah, right. And we switched years ago to the majority. I mean, in the beginning, the majority of our listeners were from Second Life, and then it totally changed. It was several years ago that the majority of our listeners are not have nothing to do with Second Life. They don't even know what it is. But yeah, that whole naming, branding, and so Real Radio, Your Reality connects that whole play on words of is this real? Is it not real? And it's also because the stations are all meant to tell a story. They're meant to kind of be the soundtrack to your own personal movie. That's the best way I can describe what we do. And there's a level of fantasy there. There's a level of, you know, kind of flight of fancy. So we're sticking with Real Radio, your reality at this point, because it's about whatever reality you want to create with the music as your soundtrack.
There it is. Hey, speaking of my reality, I am so gonna just. I've tried to keep my Kickstarter off the show because I try to keep the writing and the show as separate things, but the bottom line is I'm in desperate need of help. So I'm putting a link right now into the chat. That's my Kickstarter. All I'm asking for is $1,000 worth of help. We're already halfway there. That's to create 4 books. I've seen other authors ask for $8,000 to $12,000 for 1 book. I've already paid for most of the fees and costs. I just need a little help to get those artists paid and get my 2 kids' books out, a steampunk short story cycle and a dystopian superhero short story cycle. Okay, pitch done. Click the link,
And
help, share it.
yeah, as I say, you can help even if you don't have money. Just share it.
Actually, I want to talk about
Pass it
that for a
along.
minute. Whether it's Talk of the Tavern, whether it's Radio Real, whether it's my
Right.
Kickstarter, some folks are like, oh, I just listen, I don't help much. And they feel bad about it. Let me tell you, sharing helps in so many ways. A, it brings in
Yeah.
new people, which that's the bottom line. But if you're on Facebook, if you're on Kickstarter, if you're on any other thing, they have something called an algorithm. It's a mathematical equation, and the biggest part of that mathematical equation is how many people are interacting with this post, this campaign, this page, whatever it is. And the more you have, the more they share your shit around.
Yep.
Because if it's getting attention, that's a way they can go make money off of you. So if you're high profile because everybody's talking about you, liking your stuff, sharing your stuff, they want to support you too because you're going to bring in money for them. So anybody listening or watching, share. Share every damn day. Annoy your friends. Bring new people in. Let's have a good time. But the bottom line is that little click of a button can change Lindsay Sterling from a nobody with a violin to a chart
Right.
topper.
Right.
And that's exactly how she became A, a millionaire, B, hugely worldwide known, C, no, she was already talented and lovely anyway, but had nothing to do with her clicks. So yeah, that's my little rant on share.
And the good part of the algorithm is that, while not all of the people that you are connected to on social media share your exact, likes and dislikes,
Right.
you still are connected to people who are interested in the same things that you're interested in. And that's one way that I'm not a huge fan of what Facebook has been able to do for Radio Real. I think that it's been mediocre in terms of its effectiveness in promoting the station. Even so, it has connected, one of the musicians who's already who's liked the Radio Real page will share it, and then a whole bunch of other musicians see it. So that's the one thing that's been really important for us in terms of, just like you said, just share it because you have enough shared interests that you're going to hit somebody who's truly interested in supporting what it is you've shared.
Also, in this case, don't underestimate the value of groups. Groups are focused interest. And posting it to a group, first of all, more people probably see it than if you put it on your page because algorithm. If they actually have an interest in that group. And I don't want to go and share the same post to 20 different groups because I'll get banned.
Right. Yes, you will.
B, you know what? Oh, I love Radio Real. I don't want to post my shit every week or 4 times a week or even once a month in Radio Real. Gabby's like, oh, post whatever you want, Travis. But let's be considerate of Gabby letting me play in her yard. Don't leave a mess where nobody else has room to play.
Right.
So you guys sharing, on the other hand, and by the way, when you do share, put a sentence in there. Don't just share talking down. I love this show. It makes me laugh and pee a little. That's better.
Or it's really horrible.
Yeah.
Then everybody will
I
watch
hate
it.
this show. This asshole. That will bring in more people than nothing. Radio Real. What a variety I can't find anywhere else. That's all.
Yep. Yep.
And by the way, your slide is up now.
Thank you. Yay.
You check it out. I can drop it to you on Facebook, and like I said, if you don't like it, you got an art program and no time to do anything except what you already do. So but it's there, and that's really the bottom line.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
No problem. I'm going to go send it to you right now because, yeah. There we go.
Because you can.
So I'm all about that bass.
The internet is a wonderful thing.
It can be.
It can be.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just be the rose-colored glasses girl for a moment, okay?
Go on, have a good time.
Believe me, I'm a realist, but
No.
I'm gonna try and focus on the positive.
Well, it's so important to focus on the positive. I did. Yes, Andrea, you're breathing heavy.
I was just going to say, it's been going well since we've been on this internet thing, and it's gotten bigger and just, yay. Continue.
You're talking about the show? Are you talking about like the 20 years the internet has been?
It applies to both. There you go.
When did you guys get on the internet? I got on late 96, like September, October 96.
1995. Well, and that's not even really true because, well, no, I was on a local area network on a university in 1987. Okay. But the internet as it is now, 1995.
Okay. So, yeah, I was on WBS, which is like web broadcasting system. It was a series of chat rooms, and I started in the role-playing chat rooms.
I'm so not surprised. This is so perfect.
But they scrolled too fast.
They did. It was at real-time pacing, which means if 50 people are posting, you're like, I don't know what anybody said. But
it's all flying by.
It did eventually.
You know what it reminds me of?
What's that?
When I go to Twitch Presents the Doctor Who channel, and everybody, that's what it was like.
Flying by you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Toey, I'm not counting that. It's because the BBS, it was a local thing. It was intranet instead of internet.
Right. Internet. Right.
So yeah, that's why I'm going. Absolutely, you've got experience. Others don't because of that. But yeah, it doesn't. It's not the same. But with WBS, I remember when they added the features of you could add a tagline, you could add an image next to everything, and you could make your name a link to your website because WBS supplied web pages. And you could, there was one other thing, I forget what it was, but yeah, it was, I really had a knack for picking out other people's other identities.
Yes, there's a whole thing for that in Second Life too. It was
easier when they were typing, by the way, because there is definitive typing patterns.
Exactly. And word use and similar spelling errors.
Right.
And,
punctuation.
I'm really good at it.
Right. And this is
all
where
these years.
I found my first pedophiles. In that I would recognize their pattern, and I'm like, wait a minute. They're not just role-playing or flirting. No, they say 3 or 4 lines, and then them and who I know is an underage girl disappear from the chat.
Yeah.
And I'm like, God damn it. Exactly. Kennedy, welcome back. Just in time for pedophiles.
I was just going to
say, what's your point of view?
Just in time to talk. Just in time to talk about pedophiles on the internet. Great.
And Toey, I would love to have a conversation about what the internet in 1986 was like, because I know at that point in time, it was like a internet in the sense that it was connected to different colleges,
Yeah.
but I don't think it was general public. I don't remember anybody on their Commodore 64 or their Apple
Mm-mm.
IIc in a chat room or even a message board at
You
home
had to have an in. You had to have an in, and your in would have been some sort of government, working for some sort of governmental agency
or
or a
schooling.
university.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had to have an in, and there were occasional other small kind of little organizations, independent organizations outside of that realm that
Right.
connected to the internet. But and there's I'm trying to remember who it was. I read it was either Bill Gates or
Steve
what's his name?
Buscemi?
Mr. Amazon. I can't think of his name off the top of my head. The dude who owns Amazon.
I don't even remember that.
Um,
I'd like
yeah,
to
I'm
meet
totally
Elon
blanking on
Musk,
it.
though.
But maybe it was Bill Gates. But it was a book about outliers, and they talked about
Jeff
what
Bezos.
Jeff Bezos. Thank you. And I can't remember if it was Bezos, and I can't remember if it was Bill Gates. But one of them, as a high school student, had access to, it was either like a college or some other very unique organization that had internet access. And that is one of the key turning points that ended up turning them into an outlier. The fact that they had this really early access that was so rare that your average person could have never had access to. And again, I can't remember if it was
By
Bezos
outlier,
or
do you
Gates
mean
that was
pretty
the
much an
outlier.
influencer? Is that what we're calling
No,
influencer now?
no, outliers are just exceptional people.
Okay.
People who are exceptional at what they do. And it can be
Okay. Which in the
people who
80s
are
we
famous.
called them a fucking nerd. But now, because I think we were all a bit of an outlier, really. Let's just be honest.
Yes, yes. But like they bring up the Beatles as outliers as
Gotcha.
well.
Okay.
And about what is it that helped build the Beatles into, what they are.
Okay.
And they looked more at the roots of
Right.
their early club playing and how much they did, and because the whole outliers thing, I think his name's Malcolm Gladwell, I think, is the author, and it's the whole you do 10,000 hours of something, and then that's
You
when you're
become an
approaching
expert, yeah.
expert level. Yeah. So they talked about how the Beatles became outliers and how they achieved those 10,000 hours. And then again, talking about, I can't remember if it was Gates or Bezos, one of them, who had all this internet time and access at a time when it was not possible for like 99% of the people in the country to have.
That makes me wonder, if I was going to look at how close I am to being an expert on talk shows, does that count the hours of research and promotion and everything where you're not on air, or only once I click on air?
It's an excellent question.
I think it's multiple things. If you're looking
It's
at
a
the
little bit of both.
all-encompassing, it's both, and all the other stuff.
Yeah.
If you're looking at just interviewing skills, then it's
that's
just
a whole. That's another. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's one thing I can say. Radio Riel is 11. I have played thousands and thousands of hours of internet broadcasts in the last 11 years. Now, when I started capable and good at what I was doing.
Right.
That was just there. The talent was there. But I can tell you that something happened last year. My shows were never bad. They were always good. But something happened last year, and I think it was me passing that certain amount of hours that I'd done in a decade.
Epiphanies.
Something happened with my shows that just took them to like a whole other transcendent place in terms of structure, in terms of theme. And I remember when it happened last year, I was just like, wow, I've been doing this for so long and I've always been okay at it, but I feel like I've made this leap, like there's been this jump. So I know what it's like to hit that point because I'd never done anything for 10 years before. What?
2 things for you. First of all, on Twitch, And keep in mind, we just started over a year ago, a year and 3 months or whatever. I am 84% of the way to 2,000 hours streamed. That's on
okay.
air. So
On
we're
air.
looking
There
at
you go.
1,680 approximately hours streamed.
Okay.
Now, I tell you that because if I have that many in just over a year, I am willing to bet you're way past the 10,000 hour mark.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So now the other thing I'll tell you is I remember one time I wrote a short story. Actually, it started as a short story. It worked its way into a book. It got incorporated into a book. But I put this story down, left it, came back to it like 3 months later, and finished it. And when I gave this book with this story in it to other people, and I asked for feedback because it was actually in my very first book, people would go, "Oh, with this story, yeah, it did nothing for me until right here." Suddenly, I don't know what changed, but something changed, and now I'm interested in the characters and the story. That was where I put it down for 3 months and came back.
For 3 months, came back.
In that 3 months, I had a invisible epiphany that changed my writing style. Now that was 2013-ish, 2012-ish. So 5 years ago, I can only imagine we all have our invisible forward movement that we never even realize we're doing, where we've grown. And Gabby, I'm interrupting myself. It is 5 till. We need a refill break, and we're heading into the third hour. Would you like to stay, or do you need to go? Because I know you had other things on your plate.
I do need to go because it's summer camp meeting time for my son tonight.
Whatever.
So.
Abandon us. Whatever.
Sorry.
Well, no, thank you for coming on.
I'm abandoning you for the autistic child.
Now, what we're going to do
We're just happy that you showed up.
At all. And you know what you're doing. You're like, every time I tried to help Gabby with her text, she's like, yeah, I know. I'm like, okay, actually,
I'm all good.
She knows what she's doing. It's just, I'm used to people who
I'm good.
don't.
I know.
But thank you for popping by and hanging out with us.
I appreciate it so much. Thank you for having me.
Now,
I love you guys. I love doing this. It's so much fun.
Here's the other thing. Now, I've of course said if you've got something you need to announce, let us know.
I will.
Something I'm trying to do for Thursdays is build a regular team, like our Monday night team where I have the 5 of us. I want to put together a Thursday team where most people can show up almost every week, and then we have a group instead of, we could bring a guest on, but we don't have to rely on one. My point is, I don't mind squeezing you into shows at a certain point.
Cool.
So if you need the stress reliever to blow it off, misbehave without getting in actual trouble, or needing a cream or a shot afterwards, you know where we are.
I do.
Okay.
I will stalk you when I feel the need.
Don't even stalk. Just drop a phone call, a text message, a Facebook message, and we'll put you on. Like I said, I'll never kick anybody off for somebody else, but I will absolutely make time and space for you wherever I can.
Cool.
So,
yay!
Okay, go have a great evening. We're going to go into another break, get our refills, because this Pinot Grigio is pretty decent. So we'll be back. Andrea and I will be back in just a moment, and we'll talk all about Gabby now that she's left the room. Bye.
Fine.
Get out. have a fun meeting. Bye-bye.
Yay! Off I go now to be mom.
Go be mom.
Hey, look.
Yep.
There he is.
All right, guys.
Bye. From A Christmas
See you
Story.
later.
Don't shoot your eye out on it. I don't think that's something you should put on somebody's pajama bottoms. You'll shoot your eye out. I just want to show you Skittles Love Mix. And just so you know, it also comes with Yumberry. Oh yeah. So looking at this great new product, the Unicone Rainbow Swirl Maker. But look at that. Look at that. You push the handle and it shits out the rainbow swirl. Just like Mom used to do. So I was in the bathtub, and the aquarium came in and left a bomb right floating in the tub. To be honest, Valentine's really isn't my cup of tea. No, that's not my cup of tea either. Stop, it's not my cup of tea. It's not even a cup of tea. Oh, it's growing already. Here, look at that.
It grows wee little watermelons. It's a wee little watermelon.
And a pineapple. Don't be a pussy. Face the wrath of Vajra. Some people say wrestling is dead, but I want to say no. Oh wait, actually no, he is dead. But then they have no. That one's dead too. There were the. Okay, maybe wrestling's dead. Yeti and my spaghetti, really? Because they're well known for inhabiting pasta and attacking my meatballs.
Relax, cupcake.
Menage a trois, lucky duck.
19 crimes.
I hear taking melatonin will really have you sleep.
That's a no.
I'm just trying to be. Yeah.
I want to be in your pink.
Relax.
Look, vintage crush.
Okay. Look, I found the oil of life.
It's slippery.
Where I come from, we just call it lube. What the?
That's not funny.
Okay. Look, it's. Hi, Elizabeth. Look, it's rich and creamy body wash. It's creme.
Ooh, my.
How bad do movies have to be to get into the dollar store? Not only for $1, but on Blu-ray. That's your cue.
Sex tape.
It's not like it's of us.
Relax, cupcake.
Menage a trois, lucky duck.
19 crimes.
He cooks, he cleans, he has a job.
3 men in one.
I think you need this.
Probably. No.
Activity tracker. They know I'm a mutant. They're searching for me. Here's another great product. Chocolate egg surprise maker. You know what I call that normally? My asshole. I often wonder if donuts would make my ass look fat. And burgers. And drinks. There you go right there. Dr. Drill and Phil. Not the dentist I want to go to. I never want to go to Dr. Drill and Phil. I wake up and it hurts more. New DVD, The Deuce. The tagline is, once upon a time in America, pleasure became a business. Do you think that's about pay toilets? Here's the Valentine display at Goodwill. Check it out. Hey look, it's princess cakes. You ever want to eat a princess? I got 2 points in my back. It's really hard to get to, and they lock up and they create all kinds of problems. And I was using this, which looked like a big fish hook, and it worked great. And then I saw the deluxe version. Is that curved for a G-spot, or is it just me? I don't think I need to hit that spot.
It's curved for her pleasure.
Look.
Time for the roll call for our late night inappropriate, slightly intoxicated, and very naughty music hour. This is where the faint of heart swoon, parents put children to bed, and things heat up and get steamy. So pour another drink and strap yourself in. It's gonna be a bumpy ride.
Are you on mute? You're on mute. I don't hear anything.
All the discussions. You don't hear anything. See, Skype is doing that thing again where it doesn't. Yeah, hold on a second. It's. Yes, Aiden. Any other warnings? High winds or anything like that? What? Okay, I'm not worried about pollen. Huh? Okay, so yeah, I was just checking the weather here to see what we got going on. Can you hear me, Andrea?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear
How
you.
about now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
What about now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey, I like that little soccer ball thingy.
You like that? Did you get them?
Yeah, it's cute.
Did you get them?
I have some. I don't know if they're permanent.
Okay.
What do you?
Here's what you do. Cheer 150
Probably.
bits, and then you get the soccer ball permanently.
I did on Toei's
Oh, I was just trying to get $1.50 out of you.
like 200 the other day, yesterday or
So
something.
check your thing.
Does that mean I get it?
You should, yeah.
Uh-huh.
If you did 150 and more in one thing,
Uh-huh.
then you get the soccer ball permanently. Now, the way you
Oh,
get the other one,
I did 100 and 100.
you got to do 150 and one. You can do it right now. I'll wait.
Yeah,
Say it.
you just keep on waiting.
Oh,
What? It's just a picture. I don't care.
I'm just.
I don't have that
But by
many
the way,
bits.
if you cheer, just in general, 3 different times, like each time you cheer, you get a different set or something like that. Dez has like Jack in the Box. Des, why do you have Jack in the Box and I don't have Jack in the Box?
Oh, I remember those restaurants. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
I've never been to one
They
because
got
they're
shut
all
down
out
because
west.
of like health
No,
department
they're still out west. They're
What?
still California and stuff.
out here.
Yeah.
Well, out where I grew up, I believe they got shut down
Thank you, Roughhead.
because of health issues.
By the way, for you guys watching, I assume everybody is as broke as I am. I went on Twitch this weekend and watched other people's channels and then watched videos to get bits, and I now have like 1,500 bits just from a weekend of watching.
What
So-
emotes do you have? Is it just a soccer? I'm sorry, I'm talking
No,
to
you're
Des.
good,
He
good.
says he has a lot of emotes. Is it just soccer ball, or I've seen people with hats or flags? What is that part of the World Series thing?
Yes. Yeah, it's yeah.
I wasn't talking to you.
Sorry. I'm not answering.
Oh, it was. Kennedy says Jack in the Box was renamed Jack's by him before it went bye bye. Bye bye.
By him.
The Jack in the Box by him. He didn't change the name. Oh, look at all those. Is that a sad soccer ball? Oh my goodness, that's so funny.
By the way, Jack
It
in the
reminds me
Box
of like a
still
Pokemon.
exists. It is still out there. It hasn't gone away.
Is it?
Yes, I'm on their website right now. Let me just put in my zip code, see where the closest one is, and find out it's California.
Yeah, I was gonna say California. I'm hungry. Oh my god,
It
that
came
food
up
looks
with
good.
like nowhere.
Sauced and loaded fries. Get them delivered. Okay. It's like fries with cheese and guacamole. Oh my
Okay,
god.
it looks like there is one in Indiana,
Hungry.
Tennessee, and North Carolina, South Carolina border. Those are the closest ones. But out in California, there's a bazillion of them. What did you find? I want to see the good food. See, I've heard good
I just
things
went there
about
and I
that.
looked up the menu.
Wait, what?
I'm kind of hungry right now.
Des says,
I went to the Google. Oh, you're not me? Never mind.
well, I'm just saying, Des says if someone cheers 650, they unlock emotes for 60 people. If you cheer any amount right after they do the 650. Okay, here's the bottom. It's 150. It's not 650.
Oh, you're
No,
gone.
you can't
Oh,
hear
you
me?
were gone. No, you weren't. Okay.
It could be
It
the
came
storm
back. Sorry.
coming in. Okay, Kennedy, to get bits, 2 ways you can get it. Up top, if you click Get Bits just above the video, you can pay for them. Now, if you're like, nope, I'm a broke-ass mofo, then you don't have to pay for them. Down in your chat box, you'll see the little triangle with the little eyeball or whatever it is, the kind of Starfleet symbol. Click on that, and in that one, you'll see where you can cheer, but also you'll see Get Bits. When you click on that, it says Watch Videos for Bits. You click that, and you get anywhere from 5 to 100 bits per video you watch. Des, good point. Can't have ad blocker on.
Well, you can. It just won't work.
Right, because it's a pop-up. So yeah, if you have it on, whereas I have ad blocker via Google and it asks me, do you want to allow these to pop up? Yes, no, or only this time. You feel free to buy bits. And frankly, if you here's the bottom line: use bits for fun. Have a good time with them. Throw them around just to amuse yourself with Des, or if you want to tip us, absolutely you could do that way. Otherwise, there are better ways where you spend less and we get more. Subscribing is not one of those ways, but it's a great way. There you go. Thank you, bud. Appreciate it. Hey, quick toast to Kennedy and Des. You know what? Here's
Here,
to
here.
two of our regulars that just support us in more ways than you know. Here's to you.
Here, here. Hey, I'm going to flash him. Look.
There you go. She flashed you. Bob would be envious. I might have to close this window. It's storming here now, guys, so we might lose connection, but
It's
probably not.
it's raining a lot. It's knocking around the bird feeder. I mean, the hummingbird stuff. I put a thing for my channel. If you can go and click on it and follow it, that'd be awesome.
Funky Punk, you're the man with the 100. I want Funky Punk to become a regular. It's I've tried to get the fat boys
You
in
hear
here.
that?
It's just hot in here, Des. That's because you're hot, baby. Yeah, I've tried to get the fat boys in here, but
Oh, you
man,
auto-hosted this.
I appreciate that, bud. It's we have had, as of yesterday, auto hosting show up in the chat when we first log on. And we started thanking them last night because we thought they were joining us and auto hosting. But yeah, it didn't, and we're like thanking people that aren't watching. My point is, we miss you. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Time for a new one.
Well,
Sucking hot ash, baby.
hopefully the storm won't be too bad, and because 8 o'clock tonight I'll be streaming on my channel. We're going to be doing a family game of Star Wars Edge of the Empire role-playing game.
It's
So
you did, Des. We saw you pop in and everything, buddy.
I saw you.
We just it's one of those things. We're sensitive creatures, and when people who come hang out for a while and support us suddenly disappear, we're like, oh no, did we upset them?
Are they okay?
Yeah, actually, that's what I meant to say. We don't care if we upset you. We just want to know you're all right. No, I'm kidding. We care. I don't know what to say here. Andrea, take charge. Very good. Okay, moving on.
You're welcome. See, these Google eyes back here are kind of freaking me out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
They keep staring at me.
I feel like you
It's
need
great.
to, like, shake your head a little so they're both looking in the same direction instead of one left and one right.
Yep, didn't work.
Just smack her in the face like 4 or 5 times till they're both facing the same way.
No, the nose is kind of indented because this is a styrofoam head.
Yeah.
It just has the crown I made for the wine fairy. If there was a way to attach it to my mannequin, that'd be awesome.
That would be. It's weather and stress pain have been getting to me. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I hope you feel better soon. And
See,
as
you'll
I
make
say
it
that,
better.
we're being killed by storms right now, so there we go.
See makes things better.
It does.
Usually. Oh my goodness, it is like raining so much. Maybe I'll clean my car.
Only
It was
those
white at
raining
one point.
Scrub brushes and sponges. Oh, look,
Well,
it's a dark cloud.
I need to clean it and touch up the paint.
Wait a minute. Des is
Sad.
streaming
What?
tonight.
Oh, when? What time?
He's got 17 videos up. Des, I didn't know. Hold on a
See,
second.
we
Let me
need
go
to know
follow you, buddy.
this so that we can raid you.
Yeah, well, not only raid you, but also do things like this. Hold on a second. Let's see here.
Oh, yeah, shout out.
Mm-hmm.
He just doesn't want us to know because then we'll go over there and he's like, I don't know the people.
There you go. Little shout out for you,
What
buddy.
what time are you going to be playing? Because depending on the time when we're done with my channel, I can raid you. Because I haven't raided anybody yet.
Oh, okay. Toei, did you hear Andrea's thing about 20 minutes in the show where she mentioned Amazon had been hacked? And if you have a
Yeah,
confirmed payment method, go ahead, Andrea.
I was going to say check it because someone hacked into mine and started buying things. But Amazon customer service was very nice. They refunded all my money for stuff I did not buy. It was John Wick that bought it.
So,
Go
guys,
figure that one.
if you're on Amazon, go delete your payment methods. And yes, you'll have to re-enter them, but it's better than somebody going on your Amazon account in the next couple weeks. Because I'm willing to bet in week to 10
Well,
days, it's all done and gone.
here's the thing. When I talked to the person in customer service that helped me, it was very nice. He's like, they deleted everything from my, that other account. He said, but as a precaution, get a new card with a new number because just in case they wrote it down.
Mm-hmm. Well, they didn't write it down, but they got an Excel spreadsheet with all that info.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But just in case they have it somewhere. So now I gotta wait 7 to 10 days for a new card. Man,
Yeah, they
that's
got
okay.
hacked. I'll do a video, put it up on YouTube, let everybody know Amazon got hacked. I'll be doing that right after the show here. So,
See, I didn't know. I guess because they didn't make it public or anything, I didn't know until I looked at my account this morning. All this money was gone.
and it happened probably, I would guess, a week ago
Hmm.
because Andrea's been seeing odd behavior for 4 or 5 days.
Hmm.
So,
Money being taken out and put back. Taken out and put back.
and by the way, most of the charges were subscription rates for Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
So we suspect that they were giving away Amazon Prime memberships or something along that. But yeah, they were those numbers. So I don't know. Just be careful. Check it out. Be aware.
It's all fixed now, so I'm happy. Just everybody check. That's your PSA for the day.
Here's another PSA. I think I am going to start streaming more.
Okay.
Just because the bottom line is the most successful streamers stream more. That's how they get their viewers.
Mhm.
I just don't know what content to put in there because I don't do video games or tap on fake microphone ears. I don't know what damn content to put up. I can
Oh,
talk, but I
microphone.
don't.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah, ASMR.
Took me a minute.
I showed Aiden that today, my son, my 15-year-old son, and he's just like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah,
What?
yeah, I
But
know."
here's the thing. I'm like, what the hell is this and why? And I'm sitting there watching it for 20 minutes.
I'm
just like,
Des, I get it when they're whispering, especially if it's a chick with a nice voice. There's a lot of lonely men out there that will listen to that. I get that part. But just for the audio stimulation of she was
well,
rattling beads today.
the thing is, yeah, some people get off on it. Cool. That's their thing. Whatever. But, some of them, depending on what it is, if it's like the water, like someone pouring the water into the cups, that is kind of meditative.
Mm-hmm.
So I get the appeal of it. I couldn't do that because I'd want to yell into the ear microphone.
Ooh, Toei, actually, that's a good point, and I've thought about that. I'm going to write that down. Here's the thing.
What? Shout at people?
I'm going to do, if I decide to stream more, I will do insult compliment shows where basically anybody in chat, I will insult you or compliment you for bits. Um, yeah, Kennedy, she caught you, man. You didn't even have to disguise yourself as a elderly Asian woman this time.
Not for me.
That's right. And your knee made no difference whether it was sore or not. It's
That's not a knee.
You know what, Toey, Des, Kennedy. Here's something I want, since it's pretty much you guys, and I know, Chuck, I'm guessing you're still here. This wouldn't necessarily apply to you unless you start coming out on a regular basis. As we grow, I need moderators. I need moderators that will do shout outs when streamers come in the room, including yourselves, Toey.
You have to moderate yourself.
Well, no, have to give yourself a shout out because you're here and you stream and we definitely want to advertise you. This would also allow one day when we go to subscriber only chat, when we have that many people, and that day is coming. We want you, moderators can chat in the subscriber only chat because you're moderators. So I just want to know if any of you would actually want that responsibility, and those responsibilities would be clicking yes on most statements. The common sense stuff would be no hate speech, etc. I have banned people for multiple reasons. The two big ones are their name is a hate statement. So I had KKK Nagger Jew. I banned that one. I had
I'm sorry, that's not funny.
the one it
Yeah,
was
I
like
remember it.
I love Ray underscore ping underscore kids. And I just banned that one
That's
right
a
away
no.
because if you say that nice and quick, it's a horrible statement. Last night, somebody came in and Elizabeth was on full screen because she was passionate about her movie making and talking about it. Somebody went, "Wow, you are one ugly chick." And I'm like, you know what? Fuck that. Out of here. Done. So that's what I have banned for. Basically, hate speech or just. And you guys know we could take a joke. Des, the big thing is, and I'm not saying you guys got to be on every show. Absolutely not. But when you're
Just
on,
whenever.
take those responsibilities. When I'm about to end the stream, find me a compatible streamer to raid, which means generally
That's a
live
big thing.
music, talk show. I don't want to send everybody to gaming unless if it's tabletop gaming is fine. But anyhow,
Something different, yeah.
I want to start building this crew of these folks that can do that. That way I don't have to watch the chat as we grow. Okay, you know what, Chuck, you got me on that one. When I was younger, though, man, I had a lot of people tell me I would make a beautiful drag queen. Now,
Not
not
now.
so much. And by the way, Chuck,
You'd be okay.
that is the absolute difference. You're an asshole. You're playing with us. You fit in. You're one of us.
Well, see, the thing is, a lot of it, sometimes Bob's comments need to be approved. There's really nothing bad, but sometimes they get pinged like, hey.
I think there's been one time I have stopped a Bob comment.
That's been a while, right?
Yes, absolutely, Des, and Andrea, yes to that too. But Des, yes, mod chat and Discord. Subgroup, we would start with the subgroup in Twitch as we grow. Discord is set up and ready to go, but I'm holding off.
But we don't know how to use it much.
Well, look at our audience. We're looking at middle-aged, so 35 to 65 is our audience. We want to be gentle, introducing yet one more damn thing they have to do to join in. Neil and Bob, or is that like what you do? The classics.
So so 35 is considered middle age?
No. And actually, I should probably
I'm
up
like,
that at
well,
point in time.
crap.
35-year-old people are fine with Discord because they were 32 when it came out or whatever. They're
That
more
was so long ago.
up to date. I know.
Wow.
So I'm looking at building this team, and what I would do is get you guys somewhere where I can talk to all of you and go, so-and-so, you're my number one mod. This falls to you first and foremost. If they're not here, here's the second place mods, and we have 3 to 5 of them. And then here's third. Exactly, Chuck. Thank you for catching up with the obvious joke. I
So
like Chuck
45 to 50, huh?
pretty much.
Right there. Right on the edge. I'm peeking over.
You know, Andrea, Chuck is one of my favorite fat boys.
Yeah, he is.
Him, Frankie, Marco, Ray.
I know Marco.
You do. And there's 3 or 4 others that I just can't pull out of the air right this second.
Hey, there was one that came out here
The
that
whole
we have a
Tiki
picture
crew.
with.
Rich, he was very much in my mindset, and I think Frankie's mad at me though, because when I kind of backed away from the Fat Boys for a while, and when I came back, he hasn't spoken to me since. He'll answer a thing if I send him a message, but he doesn't. Frankie's mad at me. Chuck, Frankie's mad at me. Let's see. TOT team assembled. You can get
Yes.
5 mini steampunk rigs to make what? You know what? This is what you get
That can happen.
right there. You get a talk of the tavern patch, and then you show up, you misbehave, you smoke cigars, you drink, and you have a good time. Just, here's the deal, bud.
The 5 mini steampunk.
We're a few years past the college frat boy level. We know how to search the internet for porn. I'm just saying that those things might be the easy joke instead of the good joke. Just saying. And I think
I know where to get porn.
I think
I
you're
don't need
with me on this
yours.
one, Chuck. No, you don't. She gets porn in the bedroom. She locks the fucking door so I can't get in, and there she goes off with the porn. It's horrible.
I'm still liking the 5 mini steampunk rings to make one big steampunk. That is a great reference to Deadpool, but
Yeah, we like steampunk, but other people count us as steampunk. We don't necessarily count us as steampunk. Yes, Andrea?
we are more gen punk.
We are gin punk, absolutely, which is, so you have steampunk, 1880 to 1910, give or take, maybe 1860 to 1910. World War II or World War I starts, steampunk ends, diesel punk begins, goes straight up to atomopunk, which is just before World War II. We
Whatever
are
the hell that is.
1920s and 1930s. We have created our own punk genre. We're gin punk. So the gangsters, the speakeasies, etc.
Yes.
That's our thing. The suits, the zoot suits, the fancy dresses, when jazz was being born. You know, by the way, in the mid
Jazz
20s,
fever.
great song by Rachel Bloom, go check it out. In the 1920s, did you guys know that racial rights were a big issue, women's rights were a big issue, and these things were coming into play until the great stock market crash and the economy collapsed. And then suddenly these things disappeared till the fucking 60s. It took us 40 years to get back on track when it comes to equal rights because of an economic collapse. And of course, World War II kind of put a distraction into things. How do you identify on the multiverse of punk genres? I'm telling you, right? Gin punk. Fuck yeah. Alcohol, cigars, pipes, jazz, loose living, fun times,
Okay.
enjoying life.
In the chat is the song Jazz Fever.
There you
I
go, the
love the
video.
song.
With
Enjoy that.
Green in it. He shows up at the end.
It's fabulous.
Jazz cigarettes, you know, I didn't mention cigarettes because, none of the
I do have cigarette holder and all that stuff.
Chuck, you're probably right. See, Chuck, you're clever. Okay. Kennedy, Dez, and Toey's already a moderator. I'm going to keep you guys in mind. This is something I'm looking at. So, yeah, I just want to, as we grow, already have that in place so it's a smooth transition. And you guys are our regulars. Now, we have other regulars, but I kind of trust the responsibility in your hands a little more than other people. Don't tell the other people.
Don't tell Bob.
Well, even like Victoria, I adore Victoria, but she's here for a good time and not the whole show and etc. And she doesn't show up in weekdays and that kind of stuff. And once we do have hundreds or thousands of people, which isn't all that far away, believe it or not.
Look at the names we're getting.
There we go. That's a good idea.
They may never know.
And we're looking at expanding into other things, whether it's on Andrea's channel or here, or we have created a partnership with about a half dozen other people that we're kind of coaching on Twitch. And we want to create the team type atmosphere where we all support each other and have not the same stuff, but
Mm-mm.
related stuff. We're out of here, Chuck. Have a good one. But hey, thanks for
Bye,
stopping
Chuck.
by. And tomorrow, who do we have tomorrow, Andrea? Oh, we have Don of Crash City Games with his card games.
Game designer.
So yeah, if you like tabletop card games, pop in. We'll see you tomorrow, buddy.
I do.
Oh, by the way, Michael Whitehouse of Concardia has contacted me and said he wants to send me a full set of his cards.
Oh, really? I have a bunch, but not that many.
Well, I'll
That's
figure,
awesome.
if we get a full set, we could play. And I don't.
We need to have a card.
We do. He made a Talk of the Tavern card. Did you not see it?
No,
Hold on a second.
I don't know these things.
I tell you everything.
I don't listen.
Okay.
Whatever.
Let's see here. Let's see. Let's open image in new tab.
You have a Concardia card? Which one do you have? Oh, the one of you, Des? Or is it just one you got? Is it a T card? I bet it's a T card.
He said yes. It's multiple choice, man. Pick one. Okay.
With a delay, who knows?
Oh, you have one of you. Ooh,
Oh,
we'll be getting it. We'll have you sign it.
That's awesome.
And by the way, if you click that link, that's our card.
That's so cool.
And I like that he put live show, because people put podcast. We're not a podcast.
Not a podcast. Not anymore.
We've never, well, not since 2012 we haven't been a podcast. We're a live show.
That was before me.
Well, if Michael Whitehouse, the creator of Concardia, is sending us a full set, we should get one of yours. So next time we get together, we'll make sure we hand you a Sharpie, put a scroll across it. So that's that. Yeah, and as I do more streams, like I said, the insult compliment is a possibility if I'm all by myself. I have spoken to other authors to do a author show once a week. That kind of stuff. So, Des, when you say a fair, do you mean Steampunk World's Fair? Because unlike others, we'll say the fucking name. We'll also say Voldemort, just to be clear. Yeah, we don't believe in bad words. We believe in words being used to be hurtful, but we don't believe any given word is inherently bad. And Steampunk World's Fair was a great thing that because of people failed. So it's the people that should be the issue. You call it whatever
People
you
are
want, man.
usually the issue, aren't they?
They are. With everything humans do, people end up screwing it up. And Des, we are not going to harass you if you don't want to name it, but we're going to do it just to make people go,
We'll say it anyway.
oh no.
I am on Instagram just looking at Felicia Day has porg sneakers.
What? Link that shit.
They have porgs on it. All right, hold on. We'll go to Instagram.com.
Well, I was going to let you link it for everybody so they could see it.
Instagram.com is still. Hold on. I don't know if I can actually. Here we go. Here we go.
Oh, you got it? I don't have to go.
I got it.
We did meet there
There you
once,
go.
Des. Absolutely.
Yeah, there's a picture. I took a picture.
Oh, wow. There are porgs all over them.
Aren't they cute? The little sneakers. That's.
I want Felicia Day on this show.
Yeah, I'd like to ask her some stuff. because I know she has a kid and all, and
She's just
she's working all the time. Huh?
she's just adorable. I would like to compliment her. Is that your best friend? We had
Yes.
no idea who it was. We figured it was some hot chick that you doesn't, talk to you, just uses you to pour tea and give out cookies.
See, she looks so familiar, and I know I've seen stuff on your Facebook, and I'm like, why does this face look so familiar? She is so adorable. Oh my God.
And I'm not saying she's stoned, but I'm not saying she might not have been either.
Me?
Yep, totally meant you.
Don't talk about me like that.
Okay. But no, we remembered you guys. We remembered the interaction with you guys. Whereas a lot of other people, I can look at the picture and remember next to nothing. Tired is very similar to stoned, especially if you find a couch that you sink into just a little bit.
Yeah, I'm really tired.
Is that code?
With the rain.
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
What?
Exactly. I was looking for something. I forgot what I was looking for.
Des,
That thunder is really loud.
it is. Des, I will
The
tell you
house is
this.
shaking.
When you guys wander by, I went, you guys want free cookie or baked goods and tea? Yeah, I was confused. I'm like, I don't know you. Why would I eat something you cooked? It was my first reaction. I'm not saying I didn't take any. I'm just saying it was my first reaction because it doesn't happen nowadays. It's a weird thing. And 20 pounds of candy to give away.
That's a lot to carry. That's why you have a wagon.
It is.
It was nice because I remember it was so cold and rainy and kind of yucky, and it was nice.
Des, you seen the
was nice.
drama going on between COG and Steampunk Con? Steampunk Con popped up out of nowhere, but it's associated with Dark Side of the Con and other events. And suddenly they're in the Radisson. And COGS hasn't announced time or place yet. And yeah, there's drama. Yeah, so there you go. Good times there. I agree, Kennedy. I totally agree. It's, yeah. Correct. Oh, they've announced the time, but not the place. No, neither do I. It's one reason why with cons, if they want to pay me to be there so I'm not losing $700 to go and perform and work all weekend, I'll do what I do. But otherwise, if I have to pay my way in, why work at all? If I have to pay for a hotel room, why work at all? Just go enjoy the con. But
yeah, if we're gonna pay money, I'd rather pay to go have fun than to pay to work for somebody. Just saying.
Yeah, I agree with both of you. Arrange it with Sonny, who is the manager of the Piscataway Radisson, to do it in the fall. That would be a great idea. Because who are they competing with in the fall? Oh, TeslaCon and Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair. They're okay. They'll be okay at that point. It does. Absolutely. So you were like, not even 20 yet. It's, so, yeah.
He was 2.
Nah, he's in his mid-30s. 36, if I remember correctly. I probably remember wrong. Des will correct me in a second. Wait for it.
But it's funnier when you say because he was 2.
Well, that's a smart 2-year-old.
Don't ruin my joke.
There you go, 37. Yeah.
Yes.
Let's see. Here, let's do this real quick. Hey guys, share this for me, please. Let other people know about it. Put a sentence in there that you love these books and everybody should help. Same weekend as Blackthorn event, Steampunk Con chose the same weekend. I don't even know what Blackthorn is.
You know, I used to like cons and things for the people. Now I don't like them because of the people. Why can't everybody just have fun and just not... I'm too old for this shit.
Catskills one is Jeff Max, isn't it? Or did he sell it? Going to Key City just to go with my friend. Have a good time. We will not be at Key City.
I mean, I still do a few. I still go to a few.
The Cogs people seem to be doing it for the right reason. Oh, Silver Phoenix.
Because they want. Yeah.
Okay. Well, then it looks like Steampunk Con is SPS. Which one is that?
I don't know.
Silver Phoenix Society? Okay. Anyhow, I don't have a problem with the Silver Phoenix people. There you go. You guys two, you can meet up in Key City. Hey, do me a favor. Find the guy who runs it, and he's familiar with Talk of the Tavern. Tell him Travis says hello.
And
Exactly.
who's going? Des and Kennedy?
Mhm.
Y'all meet up and then do a little video saying you're at wherever and you're so-and-so getting toasted on Talk of the Tavern.
Ooh, with Wheeler in the background.
Yeah. I mean, that'd be cool.
That'd be great.
With all the event stuff. That'd be fun.
Toy says, I'm hoping I have a good time at Raleigh SuperCon. I don't know anyone who's going, so the odds are good. Ain't
Well,
that the truth?
There you go.
You'll
See,
find
I
those
like
3
the
or 4
little-
people you know and have a good time. You like the little?
I like the little one-day things, Comic-Cons and stuff, because they seem to just be fun. There's no time for drama because it's only like 10 hours.
They're more genuine.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're there to do their thing and go home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I love the little ones at the libraries.
Mm-hmm. So there we go. That's a good idea. And then one day, we'll have the Talk of the Tavern Con, which will be a private event.
I was going to say, because I don't want to run something big with all the... No drama.
I'd be willing to be the face man if somebody else wants to run it, but they'll still answer to me, because the big ones do have so much skullduggery, and a lot of people, not initially, but now seem to be getting in it for the attention. They want the spotlight, and they form a con around. Anyhow.
Whatever. I think it was fun before cons were the thing, before everybody went and before it was cool to go. That's when they were fun.
It's kind of like geekdom. I love that it's inclusive and it's mainstream, and I can find the stuff I love easier, but on the other hand, it brings in mainstream douchebaggery.
But now, when it was, you go because you like it, not because you want to be one of the people that said you go on, like the biggest restaurant or whatever. When it was...
There's that.
That's when it was fun, when people cosplayed for the love of it, not because, hey, I'm better than you and you can't do it if you don't do it this way perfect. No, everybody was supportive, and a lot of them have gotten away from that.
Kind of like
It
Cogs.
makes me sad.
Cogs was done by a group of people that wanted to get together and have a good time. And by
Yes.
the way, you might love certain people in Cogs. You might hate them. Absolutely. Because they're people, and you are too. But the bottom line is the event itself didn't feel political. And that's the problem. Kennedy, how'd it go when you tested Instagram on Chrome?
Yeah. Excuse me.
Des, I agree. Again, I would go, they said, Travis, we want you as a guest. Cool. But,
See, I'd like to go, but I've talked to, like one of my coworkers went a few years ago, and they had to have so many people cram packed in the hotel room just for them to be able to afford to go. And then, I mean, just the crowd. If a huge crowd's your thing, hey.
Toei says, oh, there was always costume
Yeah.
superiority even back when I started cons back in 1980. Jerks transcend time.
Yes.
Go ahead, Andrew.
And I was going to say yes, and I understand that, but now it's gone to extremes, I think, because it's on the TV, it's in the magazines, it's like everywhere, it's on Snapchat. And
here's the deal. I have ran across people like Dave Lee, Robert Tung, etc., who have incredible costumes and great makers, like, really, I can't remember his name now. Who's the guy I was telling you about earlier, Andrea, that you didn't know who he was? I said he looked like Thor. You said no. Thomas Williford.
Williford?
When you walk up to them, you can talk to them. But there are those egos out there who are just there to look at me. And by the way, I don't have a problem with those spotlight hogs.
That's fine.
There's others that go in just to create the whole atmosphere. Even though they're not costume superiority people, they're just assholes. And sometimes they're attendees, sometimes they're staff, sometimes they run the whole fucking show. Other times, you have great people doing any one of those things.
Here's the thing. It's fine. You could be up on your high horse and say, look at me, I'm the best. That is fine. That's okay. But don't go around saying you're crap because you're not up to my standard.
I could go with that. Yeah, you can pat yourself on the back. Don't put other people down and stand on their heads as you do it.
Yeah.
Dragon Con is great. I've been 15 times in a row, but I'm tired of it now. Okay.
Wow. That's a lot.
I just can't imagine, and good for you for going, Toei. I am
But
not
were you going just to go, or were you going for work? That makes a difference too.
It does. But the bottom line is I'm not going to go and pay those prices because it's not in my budget. And also I don't like that huge of a crowd. I'd rather be able to stop and chat. And Kennedy, thanks for the tip on that. And yes, those guys are easy to talk to. They share their making tips. A lot of them do. New York Comic Con is huge. And I wouldn't mind going to these big events one time. I just can't afford it. I can't afford it. San Diego Comic Con, Dragon Con, New York Comic Con, the one in Nevada or Utah. It's one of those. I don't know.
That's good. You don't have to get a hotel for the New York Comic Con. That helps. See, what I want is to have a house near one of these big conventions. I don't want to go to these conventions. I want to have room for people to rent a room in my place or put a tent in my backyard and leave their car at my house, and I will take them. That's big money. Not having to look for a parking spot and just saying.
There is that. Toei, I can't lie here.
Wow.
I'm a little bit envious. That's awesome.
Wow.
That you got to go for fun and that you could do that, and that's great. Now, if I went, I would not stand hours in one line to see one person. I can't do it. Not when there's so many other things to do. Des worked a dealer table for game manufacturer at First Indianapolis Gen Con. Insane, yeah. But it's like going to Disney World now. If I go to Disney World with Andrea, my son, and myself, and we go for, well, let's say 3 days, we're going to spend a couple grand. And that doesn't even count any large purchases of souvenirs. That's trinkets. But that's hotel, that's travel, that's getting into the park. And that's what it costs to go to some of these cons for 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. Publisher and author sessions at New York Comic Con. There you go. Okay. And I can do that.
Well, see, for less than one of these conventions, I like to go to certain places for food. Like I wanted to go to Philly for a cheesesteak. That's what, a 5-hour drive? Whatever. So when we had a day off of work, we went there, had a cheesesteak, saw the Liberty Bell, came back. Still cost less than one of those cons.
And
It was
Toei,
fun.
I'm like you. Toei says I never wait in lines at Dragon Con. I go to party and do all the other stuff like march in the parade, cosplay, go to photo shoot. Exactly. And that's what we do.
That would be.
You know, hit a
I
couple
would love
panels.
to go just people watch.
Mm.
Just people watch. Oh.
Mm-hmm. It's good times. You know what? We've got 10 minutes left. Let me do not that. Let me do this. What
Don't
do we
do
got
that
coming
then.
up? Blink, blink.
I don't know.
Okay, so tomorrow we have, give me a second, pulling up the list. Don Haywood of Crash City Games joining us. Check that out. Card games and whatnot. Toei, you'll probably be streaming, but I think you get off in time. Anyhow, Thursday.
She gets off at 4.
It's going to be like last Thursday. A bunch of us hanging out, having a good time, like Monday nights. We're going to talk about schools out. We got one teacher, one student, and the rest of us fucking off.
Elizabeth should be back, so that'll be fun.
Next Monday, we have CSI IRL with Aaron Ashley joining us. And I think Tuesday, we're doing tea time with Mad Hatter Tea, but I'm not sure. I have to confirm that. And next Wednesday, I'm going to announce this now, we have Biffer, the dwarf from The Hobbit, played by William Kircher. William Kircher is joining us on the show and going to chat with us. So we're really looking forward to that. We've met him once in person, and he was awesome. You get off watching Coffee at the Tavern? Good for you, man.
Yeah, you do.
Just don't do that on the train. Well, I mean,
yeah, whatever. It's New York.
Yeah, that's true. So that's what we have going on for the next week. So you guys have your schedule. And, of course, don't forget to check the newsletter. We'll always remind you of what's going on.
And if you just can't get enough of us, and you follow my channel, Night Owl Creations VA, we will be back on at 8 o'clock.
So I'm looking at our choices of who to raid. And it might end up being Doctor Who today. Because we have somebody doing the ASMR stuff. We have somebody playing A Dream of Dads, which is a dad dating simulator.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
We have Mario Kart 8, Destiny 2, the Trance Station, which I just decided to follow because I like trance music, and then somebody playing Call of Duty Black Ops, who is a Suicide Girl hopeful.
Oh. She tatted up.
I don't know. She's in a little box in the corner of the screen. So I think we're going to keep it simple. And just go flip us over to Doctor Who.
I was going to say I'm watching that later anyway, just to get tickets.
Get the tickets so we can go to London. Absolutely.
Yeah, visit Kevin.
Do a live show from there again. We did that last time we were in London. Well,
that was fun. Well, see, I'm hoping we can do that and then we can go to the wedding.
That'd be good.
Or at least the reception.
I think I am done with this pipe. We're calling that over. So we got 8 more minutes. We're going to prattle on, and then we'll go raid somebody and all that good stuff.
Prattle.
Looks like the storm is almost passed. The sky is still dark, but today is Tuesday.
That's
okay.
Good.
Had to check and see if it was trash day in my head.
No. We got a bit. But after this is over, it'll be dinner time. I'm hungry.
And keep in mind, we'll be back on Andrea's channel at 8 o'clock. Andrea, is that it?
8 o'clock, yes. That'll give us time to... These headphones are killing my head. They're wishing me.
Well, we're not going to need headphones for the next one. We're going to do one stream on there where we... basically, we're going to play Star Wars, the role-playing game, with Andrea, Aiden, and myself. And have a good time with that and see how that works.
My character likes to pass out corn nuts.
True story. She's a small IG-88 assassin droid style thing with a beard fetish where she has Wookiee hair as a beard.
I waxed a Wookiee and it's like stuck to my face.
No.
Just saying.
Your character stuck it to their face. It didn't like accidentally stick to your face. You're just like, I have a beard. Huge wax maxi pad on the robot's face.
We're gonna say it's an accident and it just fell into it.
Hey, look. Look.
Hmm.
I'm the thing over your right shoulder.
Are you?
Hold on, I'm trying to freeze it. There we go. See that? I look just like it.
Oh, that's yeah.
There we go. Good
That's
job.
not disturbing at all.
No, it's not. My hair is disturbing though. I need a haircut.
You do.
I use my headphones like one of those hair things that, what are they called?
Headband?
That would be it. It's the little things that let people know I'm straight.
Oh, that's just.
It's not the pinky. I'm drinking wine, that's for sure.
You're very entertaining. So when are you going to stream more? What are you going? Are you going to have a schedule or just randomly pop on?
Oh, I'd like to do a schedule, but how does one auto share your channel? Okay, let me walk Kennedy through this. Kennedy, in the upper right-hand corner of your screen, you're going to see the name Roughhead66. Click the down arrow. Go to Dashboard. I recommend you right-click Open in a new tab so you don't lose the show and everything I'm saying. Once you've done that, you're going to be on your dashboard. Somewhere on the dashboard, you're going to see the word host. Okay, I'm giving you a second to find that. Now, once you click on the
See,
yeah.
is there under dashboard?
Under dashboard, go to where it says host. Click on the cog next to the word host, and you'll see two options, including manage auto hosting. Hold on a second. Okay, Kennedy is there. It says done. I'm going to finish the instructions. Once you click on manage auto hosting, you scroll down to where it says auto hosting. Below that, you have 5 options. The bottom one, host list, and it has an arrow on the right hand side of that. When you click that, it will pull up the new list of the people you auto host. And from there are other options such as putting them in order, choosing if you know who you host first, randomly, how they appear in the list, etc. So, Kennedy, you got it? If you say no, I'll go on. If you say yes, we're done. We're good. Okay. So that's the quick and easy way to get to it. There's like 5 other ways to get to it, but
Yeah, that is easier than what I was thinking.
yeah, the dashboard has a lot there, but you got to know where to click to do it. It's not Twitch is not intuitive, and oh my God, MailChimp is worse. That's if you're doing newsletters. So there's that. Okay, we are going to raid Twitch Presents, who's doing the Doctor Who stuff. So the reason we raid is 2 reasons. A, to support our community and grow our network. The other reason is it's an achievement.
Oh.
Yeah. So when you
we're going to have a closing toast?
Oh, let's do a closing toast.
Well, we have a few minutes, right?
We do. We've got 1.5. There you go. So everybody sit on that. Once you're there for 10 minutes, and 10 minutes is all you have to do, you get a ticket that enters you in the contest. Okay, here's a closing toast. Hey, here's to ever-growing, expanding, and the best part of it is doing with people you like being around. Here's to you guys. And we'll do the toast again during, when the outro says, hey, raise your glasses. We'll be like, drinking.
What?
So
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. Guys, make sure you join us tomorrow, and I will keep you guys. Oh, thank you. Hey, 69.
That's so silly.
And we'll keep you up to date on the moderated stuff. If you are a moderator now, Toey, or if I make you a moderator. Des, also another thing is, not just for you, but for anybody, I want to make sure folks are on here more than half the time, as opposed, and that's one reason I haven't done it. We also haven't hit the point where we need it. So I'm prepping for the future, etc., and rewarding the folks who are around all the time, and also making use of them because I need that. It's very helpful. Okay, let's do some outro music and get over there. Thanks for joining us in the discussion shenanigans tonight. You are the one thing that makes the show what it is.
I
Don't
don't
forget
hear
to
it.
join us at the tavern next week. Until then, have fun, keep learning, and be
You hear it
good to
now?
one another. Now, raise your glass
Had
in
to
good
reset
cheer.
the Skype.
Enjoy the small moments every day and steamy dreams every night.
You little Fred. See you guys in 2 hours.